Hello there, everyone! This is Iron Mark III, your great robotic overlord, and I welcome you back to Codex of Victory, where I shall lead you unto victory! And yeah, I don't know why I did the intro like that, but I had some fun recording that Avorian episode a couple of days ago doing this, so why not? Why not just play around a bit more with voice and go, "Ooh, look at me! I am person trying to be interesting. Fear me." Though I can see how it might get annoying if I keep doing that as well. So, nothing's perfect. Anyway, yep. Welcome back to Codex of Victory. Last time I accidentally sacrificed most of my force to capture additional resource mine, but I don't have any steel left. My foundry is still being built and things like that. So I've upgraded. I've replaced my forces as much as I can. Is there any upgrading I can do actually, now that I talk about it? Oh yeah, I've got all these upgrades and things that I didn't actually install at the end of last time. So, what have we got here? That was a +3 hit point one. Or I could give it a +2 regen. 3 hit points or 2 regeneration. Thing is, these guys are my tanks. They've got 9 hit points, and a lot of the tougher enemies. Protection +1 absorbs the certain amount of any incoming damage. So that's -1 to any incoming attack. I'd like to upgrade this thing, but I can't. It's only level 1. I don't know how to do that yet. So let's try this with the upgraded nanobots. So it regenerates 2 every turn. Leave my lord with +1 regeneration. I don't have any artillery pieces at the moment, so I'm okay with leaving custom weapon on that actually. It's really powerful. But there is the fact that this thing explodes if something so much as sneezes in its general direction, so that's not so good. They've got these drones. The extra hit point is still pretty useful. It makes them a little bit tankier, so they don't get blown apart very easily. But I like that low AP cost. That is really good. If I upgrade the hit points to 6, I'll have to pay twice as much to deploy them. So that's... I don't know. It's hard to say what would be a good idea. Let's actually they're really cheap to make. So let's, since I'm short on forces right now, let's increase their hit points instead and see how that feels if I deploy them at double the cost, but they have 6 hit points and 2 attacks. So these things are kind of like mini tanks in their own right now. So that should be interesting. Also, apparently I can fit this drone with an upgrade. This thing goes bang as soon as something looks at it, really, so might as well give it the engine upgrade. -1 hit point, +1 to movement, so it can move around and target things a little bit more easily. Though it's still incredibly squishy, it's tied with the artillery for most squishy units. Anyway, let's see. Factory, I think I can... Oh wait, I'm building some artillery vehicles, aren't I? Yeah, okay, right. Anyway, back to the action. My critical mission is to go down here and deal with this, but I can attack this place and get a source of uranium. I can't find it though. I'm guessing I need a specialist structure for that. Yeah, requires uranium factory. Not uranium processing, uranium factory for whatever reason, and I don't know what's in these two. So, let's push ahead with the critical mission. The meat grinder. Bound forces continue to attack this region. Seems they're ready to serious about setting it up. A permanent military base here. Attacking our HQ is undoubtedly the next step. So I need to do that before they can attack my main base. But on the other hand, time to rebuild my forces a little bit would probably be a good idea, to be quite honest. Did I start building a research centre? I don't think I did, because I don't have any space to do so. Let's go over here actually. If I get a research centre I can start upgrading my vehicles, I suspect, but I've got to get the space out first. So I need to decide, should I go for the high reactive material Or should I go for the meat grinder, which might unlock the building I need for the highly reactive material? Let's move over here. Forward! Onwards to victory! What the heck just happened? Oh, tax center upgraded. Okay. Hold it up. Might as well grab this actually, and then I'll go and do the critical mission. Oh. I can't actually do that. Disappointing. I've got to go do this then. Okay. Forward! I feel like I'm being railroaded. Just a tiny bit. But, on the bright side, foundries just become available. Pouring molten metal into things. So it produces 10 metal every 12 hours, because I've got 2 metal mines. So, yeah, because I've got the 2 mines, that means I can just do... That's running +5 per mine, I think. Not bad. Not bad. We should upgrade this. Oh, that needs metal. Of course, everything needs something, doesn't it? Okay, got something new here. I can build a research centre here to level up my units. Yeah, that's the uranium factory there. And I can produce modules apparently later on. But, I actually completed that at the same time, so I actually want to build my new research centre. Wait! Darn it. I just spotted. Apparently I can have 2 research centres, so since I like to have things together, that means I'm going to have to dig down and that way to build a second research centre down there. Whereas if I'd done it here, I could have just built it across there. I don't know. I've made mistakes before, I'll make it again. The great robotic overlord Iron Mark 3 is always perfect and never does anything wrong, ever. Like, ever. Yes. You know this to be true because I said it in this voice, which I don't know where it came from. All I know is that this is fun and there's enemy battle armor. Come at me, heathen. I will kill you. Destroy the enemy base, protect yours. Balance forces continue to attack the region. Right. There's nothing else I can do immediately to reinforce. I'd have to wait for resources to complete. All production runs are finished. Everything is as ready as it can be unless I wait for more resources, but I've got 17 days of scanning time for that thing left, so there's nothing to be gained by waiting. I just have to hope that 38 is enough for the meat grinder to actually get it done. I've got crab tanks, the scorpion tanks are back, and I've got an enemy battle armor walking around as well, so yeah, I don't know if I've got enough stuff for this, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Onwards to glory and battle and victory against all odds, because I suspect the enemy can spawn things infinitely because they bloomin' suck and they cheat like that. Yes, hello familiar territory. Yeah, that's a 410 there. 410. Attack range of 2, move points 2, so I could move to there and then fire at something in there. Right. 1, 2, 1, 2. So I could actually put a tank there to bait it out. Bait that guy out. But I need to start capturing territories to begin. Okay, initial deployment. I'll put a tank here to bait that tank. That's tough enough to withstand the hit from that. And then I can put down artillery here and it'll be safe from that thing's return fire. Our target is enemy base. Be careful, I only have lots of reserves and heavy units at his disposal. That's a point, actually. Last time I was here, they ended the mission when I captured this stuff here, but they didn't kill the base. So we left that structure standing. Feels like a slight oversight to me, but oh well. Let's go ahead and put that, capture that. Unfortunately, I can't put down an artillery piece to deal with this, so let's put down another one there. The thing is, with the upgrade, these things can actually survive a hit from these crab tanks. That's good. Yep, took the bait. Bang. Easy to destroy the enemy base itself through tactical maneuvering, rather than destroying the entire enemy army. Maybe, but if I knock out the army, then that's stuff that can't be killing me. Which is generally a good thing, I think. You know? Let's see, if I put down an artillery piece... That can take another hit easily. But I want to put down an artillery piece. That can move into there and then hit there, so put the artillery there. That's out of reach of that tank. But that's used all my action points up as well, so... I'm really hurting for action points. Oh look, it's fired again. Yeah. And oh look, oh dear, that's actually not very good at all. I can't reliably kill that this turn. And if that tank stays there, I might lose it. I need to be able to hot swap. So I need to get that tank back out of the way. I can't hot swap. That. How far can that move? 1, 2, 3, 4. That could actually kill my artillery. I need to back something off, and I'm going to lose something. Of this, I am sure. I'm probably going to lose that tank and that artillery in this turn. That sucks. But I haven't captured much by way of points, so... Actually, if I run that forward and... No, I can't. I've only got 1 AP. Darn it. I've been outmaneuvered again. Sorry. The Great Lord Iron Mark III does not get outmaneuvered because he is perfect. He can't do anything wrong. Just grab the extra point, then take the losses. I've still got enough units to back up. Yep, there goes the artillery. Thing is, yeah, that can survive that bomb, no problem. Ooh, okay. And yep, that tank just healed a couple of points. I've got 8 AP right now. Thing is, even without that weapon mod, the artillery couldn't have survived that attack. So that'd be 5. Hang on. 1, 2. That'll leave me with 6. I can put an artillery straight there and then fire it over there. So, okay. Yeah. I lost 1 artillery, but I've got a second artillery I can still put into play. So, there. Bang. Take that, you cad. You cur. You insert suitable expletive here. And since that one's actually in that base, it'll repair, I think. So, it should. Look at enemy aircraft. Attacking that. Not enough. Will the bomb hit it as well? Nope, the tank will. Ooh. And then they capture that point off me. Fiends. Loving fiends. Okay. If I put that there, I can hit something. 2, 3. If I put that there, I can hit that tank again. But I need to hit the... yeah, if I move the artillery forward aggressively like that, I could hit something else. Let's move that in there. Knock that one out. Okay. 1, 2, 3, there. Bang. Goodbye to that. My artillery is now in reach of that tank, which might be a bad thing, but I'm going to deploy an additional jeep. They feel kind of clunky now with that 2-point restriction on them. Because, you know, they cost 2 to deploy instead of 1, so it feels they're like a bit clunky, but then again, I'm kind of short of vehicles anyway, so that's why it's more or less okay. And then, to just try and distract that, I'm going to move this... Actually, no. If I move that tank there, that crab tank can't hit my artillery, because it's got to move into that forest, and it can't do that after moving somewhere else. It needs multiple action points. So, That's there. The crab tank can move into one of those two spaces. Then to hit my artillery, it has to move into there and do that. So, yeah, I think I'm not going to lose anything unless they deploy something really sneaky, and I can knock out that tank this turn. So, yes, I am satisfied. Oh dear, incoming. Bang. Sneaky blighters. Okay, I have lost something. But that tank is actually parked right in range of my artillery piece, so that's okay. Hello. And then I can knock that out. Knock that out. Okay, can I deploy something to deal with that? Actually, maybe I could use my targeting drone for this. But first, let's actually capture that point back off them so that they can't do anything with it. There we go. That's that. I've got 3 points left. Now that it's advanced a few turns, I'm getting more points, so I can do more stuff. That tank could move to there, then it could hit something there, but it couldn't hit anything there because it's too far away, I think. Plus this is a flyer, so I'll put that there. That should be out of reach. Okay, sure. Oh, and it fires at that. Oh, and here comes a flyer. Knocks out another Jeep. Crab tank moves into place. There's a support helicopter there, but that crab tank is actually in a whole heap of trouble right now because I've got my targeting drone here. So I can move this up a little bit and mark that. Then bang! 8 points straight off. Then this Jeep is more than enough to knock it straight out. So that is immediately L dead zone. Great. That can't actually move because that's too close. I think I've got another Jeep left. Yep, one more Jeep. Put that in. Capture that back. Knock out the aircraft. That's great. I've got 2 points left, so one to blast that and another to move that tank up this way. Yeah. This is going really well now. Those initial casualties were unfortunate, and I'm not happy with the upgrade on the Jeep, but this is definitely getting better. Oh, hello. Hello there, Mr. Battle Armor. The enemy Kerr has shown his ugly face, and well, he's shown his ugly face, but he's riding in a sweet-ass robot, so you know. Mixed feelings. Can I actually hit that from here? I can. Right, I'm not going to though, because I'm going to shift my drone forward into position over here, then target that, so it takes double damage. Oh, he's in for a nasty surprise, he is. Then Daka. Ow! Ow! Critical hit! That artillery shell must have struck him straight in the head and just torn it straight off. Ouch! Oh, that was lovely. That was so satisfying. Big beefy enemy mech, and then I just blasted it with a single artillery shell and it died. I am so chuffed with that. Anyway, knock out that. He can't move. Oh, actually, I can move enough to do that. So, move this tank up. And Daka. Enemy support helo is down. I can't quite move enough to capture that base this turn, but I can nab this one straight off them. And I can move that over there. Just be ready for next turn. And I might as well move the artillery up over here too. So, yay! I am doing great. Iron Mark III is pleased with my robotic foot soldiers. They perform to my satisfaction. And what? They have more. Curs, fiends, infidels! How dare they do this? Sadly for them, my artillery and stuff is all in range, so... Hello. Okay. And I can just swap into that tank. Robot drops dead immediately as soon as it deploys again. Right, and then these two Jeeps can just plough in and take over the space. So that leaves the only enemy spawn points around there on their actual thing. So let's move the artillery up, let's move this tank over. These cheaters, because I only have the one robot and apparently I'm against the Baron, and he can deploy as many massive-ass war machines as he likes. Unfortunately for him, I've been knocking them out straight. Oh, hello. The last enemy type they have is here. Ouch. That's actually pretty nasty, that. Can that get into range? It can. Is the artillery in range? It is. I said way back at the start, these things look really cool, but they can't do anything to me. Because my units are just too much at this point. They're too close. Kill the giant crab, sorry, the giant scorpion tank with a little jeep. Sure. Let's move this one up as well, and Daka. I want to keep the artillery back because they can probably do what I can do, which is deploy and then move and fire in the same turn, if they've got enough points. So, yeah. But if they don't, I'm going to find and destroy this enemy base. Oh look, there's another tank there. They're spending everything to deploy the heaviest units they've got. And it's not working. See, they drop dead immediately and then I kill them. So, victory! I win! Some credits, some precious metal and uranium. I can build attack choppers now. Can be upgraded to use special attacks. Well, we'll see what they can do. And another force field, which is -1 to incoming damage. Not really that good. Module targeter? Ooh. Increased attack range. That might be good on the artillery, actually. And I can actually finally build those gun turrets. Haha! I can build the gun turrets. I mean, sorry, how should I put this? Iron Mark III can now produce gun turrets to protect his holdings from the heretical army of the Baron, which seeks to remove me from my rightful world. No, that didn't sound quite right. I don't know. Well, I'm sorry. I'm finding that voice a bit too much fun to keep doing it, so I'm going to keep doing it, I'm afraid. I might disappear again in a while, but it's just fun right now. Anyway, gun turrets, I can put those in. They can't move, of course, but they do 3 damage, 3 distance. They've got really good distance on them. Can't move, got 4 hit points. Actually, the range upgrade on a gun turret would actually be an incredibly nasty base defense, because that would give them the same reach as a standard artillery piece. And they're not that costly for their power as well. That's probably why, because they're stationary. So let's get some gun turrets installed here, and then I'm going to get my workshop and give the gun turrets cost 3 AP to deploy one, but it's going to be able to fire at a distance of 4, so that's kind of nasty. I don't know, these things still feel a bit pricey compared to how they were, because it's double the cost, but there's no denying they were much more survivable with the extra hit points as well. They were tanking multiple hits, so they were acting as a meat shield kind of effect, rather than early game fast scouters and things. The tanks though, they're doing really well with those +2 health regeneration. They were just soaking up so much damage and then surviving it all because they were getting adequate fire support from the artillery, which was just knocking things all over the place like crazy. So yeah, this being able to move was also working really well. Leaving that regeneration on there because if I have to deploy that guy, I want him to try and survive. Now this guy though, let's see, the attack chopper can move, does 5 damage, attack range of 2. It's got a lot of hit points and 4 aircraft movement, so it can go anywhere. Problem is though, that it's expensive to deploy. It costs 7 to drop it into combat. So, actually, I think for that price, I'm going to give it. No, not that. I'm going to give it regeneration because something that big and costly, I want it to be able to survive more attacks. Actually, it's better to survive more attacks if I can give it more hit points. Or just flat out reduce damage. Let's try the force field on it. Yeah. So reduce incoming damage by 1 point from everything, and 4 air movement, so that can actually easily duck back if it's starting to take too much fire to a base and get itself fixed up, because it's got lots of hit points as well. So that looks good, yeah. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that seems okay. All that's working okay. Wait, I can install another foundry? Will that increase my metal intake further? Metal mines 2 to 1 foundry, so... That's a question, actually. Does a foundry take the input from a single mine? Let's build an extra foundry and take out, and check that out. I'll move my force closer to where I want to go next. And then fast forward just to get things built. Okay, so they've built those. I've got another 10 points of stuff left. I've got 16 metal. Can I upgrade the hangars? I can, but it costs me all my metal. Not worth it right now. I actually want to get some replacement attack vehicles out because they were a lot tougher, but I still lost a lot of them. Got 2 turrets. Let's get a third of those. And then as soon as that foundry cycles, I'll get... Yeah, I'll get that. Okay. So, I'm not going to go into another battle this one, because that last battle was actually a lot of fun, and... So I'm biding my time, basically. Just keeping it going. My ship arrived, yep. Plus 10 metal, plus 80 credits. Okay, let's get this hangar upgraded so I can get some more... Oh, it's only gave me 10. I'm down, I'm at 14, so... And I can't afford to get a tank. Sorry, an artillery, so... Okay, I've got another foundry, which is also producing 10 metal. So, that means my thought was correct. The great and powerful mind of Iron Mark III was correct. His robotic insights told him that 1 mine can feed 1 foundry. Also... I suspect there is actually a hard cap on how many foundries you can have, so that does mean it's 1 mine per. So if I build an extra foundry now, it probably won't be able to do much, because it won't have any material to come in and do stuff, so yeah. Okay, keep on going forward. I'm waiting to get the research lab, actually, and that's what I'm going to round out this episode with, just the research lab. So that's extra monies. Research lab is in place. Okay, what can you do? Upgrade list. Okay, so... Oh, I see, right. I see! So, I pay materials based on the unit type. 10, 1. Actually, hang on a sec, let's just check the factory here. 22, 5, 12, 3. Okay, right. So, for a bit of credits and slightly below half of the cost, it looks like, of a actual production unit, I can install an upgrade instead on these vehicles and things. And it'll give it a set bonus as I go through the upgrades. Like, the attack vehicle gets 1 hit point straight off the bat if I do that. Extra module slots. Extra move, infiltration. Ignore zone of control. So, okay, that can just charge past enemy units if it wanted to. Extra attack, hit and run. What? I have no idea what that does, because it doesn't give you anything on the tooltips. And then level 10 it gets extra move. So hit and run. So that means it can probably move, attack, and then move again. Or if it turns to remote attack, it moves over, attacks, and then moves back again. So one or the other, I think. I'm just guessing at this point. The tank... oh, they get... At level 4 they get +2 regeneration flat out, so... oh dear. +4 regeneration per turn on these things if I leave that module installed. That's going to be nasty. They get protection +1 at level 6. Counter-attack? Oh! These things really are the tanks, aren't they? If I get to level 9, they counter-attack, so... That looks like the first thing that hits them in the enemy turn, they hit straight back. These things are going to be nasty when I get them leveled up. My lord, forest walk. walk through a forest. That probably means you don't have to pay the extra movement penalty. Then he gets counter-attack, a bunch of extra hit points and stuff, so yeah. More mobile and can counter-attack if he gets hit. From the looks of that. Right, turrets. Ward? What? Absorbs damage once per... Does that mean it negates the first attack to hit the turret in a turn? Because it doesn't... It's not like protection, which says +1, so that looks like it might be a flat-out barrier. Ignore incoming attack. And they get +1 range as well, and... Oh, those turrets get nasty. Artillery. Support? What? It just says support 1, it doesn't say what. So maybe is that a passive booster? If a target is attacked that's within its range, if another unit attacks an enemy within range of the artillery, does that mean the artillery does an extra damage to it? I hope that's what it does, because that would be quite handy, especially if I boost the range on this thing. Then this range and double support. So yeah, that support does look like it might be some kind of do extra damage to things fighting within range of the artillery piece. Okay, the targeting drone. That one gets ward as well, very early. And then it gets extra reach, hit and run, so that can probably hit, and move back again. So that can hit and run like the Jeeps can. Then it gets a machine gun later on. So it can actually deal no, module machine gun, missile launch. That's two different things. So I have no idea what this thing is going to do, but... Okay, and lastly the attack helicopter. It has area attack, gives it the missile salvo ability, which we saw back in the tutorial. Pop-up attack, no line of sight required, so it can fire over hills and trees and things. Oh, that's the point, this thing can't fire past trees at the start, it seems, because it didn't have indirect attack. Long-range missile fire, so that gives it a long-range single-hit attack, just like the battle armor has that ability, I believe. And wow, okay, I am. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. This stuff is looking pretty darn nice. Sadly, I'm limited by my lack of materials right now, so let's go back to the map. No wait, I wanted to look at it. For the next time, the uranium war. We need to produce uranium to build more powerful units. The Baron protects his uranium mine with lots of heavy weapons, but because of volcanic activity in the area, he will have no reinforcements. Oh, thank God. No reinforcements. Okay. Unfortunately, this also means we can only deploy a limited number of units. Oh. So there's going to be some kind of hard cap on how many units I can deploy, and how many... He can't reinforce any of his units that he loses, so... Getting enough tanks and things into there to deal with this would be a really good idea, I think. Because I'll need some kind of regenerating effect to ensure the survivability of my units. So that... I better take that target off it, actually. And to help ensure my artillery survives, I'll take the custom weapon off it and give it the enhanced attack range. So that'll let the artillery stay back a little bit better, though it won't be as effective. And it costs 6, so it's actually kind of pricey to put them in. But I've got these tanks with +2 regeneration at the front line, so these guys will be taking all the hits while the artillery just chips away at them. And then I think that's all I'm going to do by way of customizing. I'll be relying on the artillery and tanks. But to deploy more artillery, I need more resources. Let's give it some research then. I can afford to upgrade the critical chance on that, or just give the tanks an extra hit point. Better survivability, good idea. Upgrade that tank. So, between this video and the next one, I think I'm going to pause at least a little bit and get some metal and reinforce my army a bit more. Because I'd have to wait for the metal to come in to really build more units and upgrades and stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some more resources back in and reinforce my army, and then I'll move in on the attack when the video starts. So there's going to be a little bit of inter-video maintenance going on here. Maybe a day or two off the scanning time left, I don't know, something like that. But anyway, let's do the silly voice again for the outro. This has been the Robotic Overlord, Ion Mark III. He would thank you very much for watching, if he even cared in his robotic might. And he might consider thanking you and hoping you enjoyed the show. But until then, he might deign to notice your presence some other time, and see you all later. Oh jeez, that just sounded so ridiculous to me. Oh well, fun's where you find it. Sure.